Well, great morning. Before I begin, I have to say, yesterday I watched a short thing of Charlie Kirk doing one of his debates. And it was his, excuse the expression, crap-ass idea that women are just so much happier if they're married and have tons of kids. Well, the problem that I noticed right away with his debates, they're all on college campuses with kids that have no experience of life yet. So yeah, it's real easy to run rings around them and put out this crap because they have no experience of any of it yet. But being a woman, and at 75 years of age, I've been around a little longer than these college kids. And his idea that women are just so much happier if they're married and have a ton of kids, I can tell him he's full of crap. That women were so much happier in the old days. Well, no, that's not true. In the old days, they got married and, divorce wasn't happening. They just had to live with the circumstances of whatever it was. Okay? They didn't have the opportunities for work. And now, they get married, they have kids, and the guy takes off, doesn't want the responsibility, and they're left with raising kids on their own. They don't get the money that men do. Okay? So, of course, they're going to be unhappy if they're no longer married. They're having to do the work of being, father and mother now. Okay? They carry the whole burden because the men, most of them, don't want to pay child support. Okay? And so, this idea that Charlie Kirk has got is just fantasy BS. And I see all of his talking points want to go around to this uber-right BS of putting women in their place. So what's he say about these men that don't stand up to their obligations? Okay, what would he have said about that? And women should just stay with somebody that's going to beat them, and etc. Yeah, you never heard him, say something about any of that. So I'm not impressed with what I've seen with his debating skills. You don't debate somebody that's got no life experience at all. And he had limited life experience at 31 years old. Okay, limited. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. And we'll go ahead and pull cards and just see what they have to say today. I'm going to use the Yu-Gi-Oh deck this morning. And we'll just see what we have. So first thing out, the reading's about the tower moments. I think a lot of people are facing tower moments now, just with all the nonsense that's going on. Eight of Swords, mentally tied up in the tower moment, okay? Things crash and burn. Above it, we have message coming out. New information, a message, some sort of new information. The foundation, yeah, dark drama. The devil. Tower moment. Now, I see this, the more Trump gets outed, the more desperate he's going to become, the more heinous he's going to become, the more vile he's going to become, because he's in a tower moment and mentally he can't get out of it. Nothing is taking the Epstein stuff away, not the Charlie Kirk stuff, nothing. Not the, the killing of those by Argentina coast or something that he's claiming, and none of these are taking this away, and so he's becoming more desperate. Today, we have what's being handed out. Above it, an ending, the death and ending. The foundation, feeling embattled, battle weary. The challenge is message about an action. Potential outcome is about gaining strength. The strength of what's taking place. Above it, what's being shared. Foundation, another manipulation. What kind of action is going to strengthen what he can share as another manipulation? What is he up to this time? Above it, what's driving the reading is feeling alone, the hermit. I think this is him. He's losing support. Okay? An ending is in sight with what's being given out. He's become battle weary. Tower moment, mentally constrained. Messages about actions that are strengthening. Okay? He sees the messages coming out being shared, and that could mean an end to his ability to stay in power. Feeling battle weary. And the dark thing is trying to figure out whatever else he can manipulate. Because the Epstein stuff is not going to go away. Okay? And there will be more sharing of that, more things coming out, and he can't get out of it. So he's losing his vitality, He looks weaker every day, more desperate. Now he's going to go speak at Charlie Kirk's funeral. Try to distract that way. But let's do the clarifying read, see what we have. At the center of it, it's all about a message that's going to be put out. The messaging. Above it, more messages of emotional natures that he's going to try to feed. Okay. Foundation, the nightmare that he can't get away from. On one side of it, we have the arguments that are happening, the fight. Above it, rapidly moving. Foundation, what's being held to. And light being shed. Light being shed on arguments that are rapidly mounting. The other side of it, what they're trying to construct. Above it, with things up in the air. Foundation, what they're trying to get away with. I think this one is quite interesting. It never works, what you're trying to get away with. Okay? It's bringing about your end. Okay? The nightmare, things he's holding on to. The new path, something concrete they're going to try to do, the light on that. And this is still the things being worked on that's driving this. So things being worked on, trying to figure out emotional message, other messages, but the nightmare continues for him. Rapidly, more messages coming out with what he's trying to get away with, what he's hanging on to, bare bones, what's happening. I like that one. Bare bones, what he's trying to get away with. And what's being held to with all the stuff up in the air, the arguments constructed, and shedding light on something new, some new drama, something concrete, something new is coming out. So we'll have to see what it is. You know, he keeps trying to work on something to stir up something from the nightmare, but it's not going to leave him. Okay? I like that. Bare bones, what he's trying to get away with. It's being eaten away. The flesh is gone. All that got left is bones on this. So we'll have to see what happens with it. Yeah, mentally constrained. Still mentally constrained. Being driven by the mind. Again, mentally constrained. Okay? He is caught up in that. He can't get out of it. This is running constantly, that it's a tower moment coming. Okay? He can't get away from it. The harvest is here. Okay? You plant those seeds, eventually a harvest is going to come. Okay? And so what he's clinging to. Oh. So not going well for him at all. I'm going to do another real quick with this. We'll continue with the Lenormand and this other deck and just see what else it's going to say with this. Let's see what else it has to say. Shuffle these, and the first one out is... Now this could be the women or just people in general, but let's look and see. This could have to do with Epstein, or it could just have to do with women. It could have to do with Charlie Kirk's wife. I don't know. We'll look and see what it says here. Give these a ruffle shuffle here real quick. Okay. So it's about the White House. Okay, the White House. Women and the White House. Oh, that's interesting. Energy coming into it. It's about an obstruction. An obstruction with what he's trying to get away with. In the other deck we had the bare bones. The White House. An obstruction, trying to get away with stuff. What's going on today is key. Let's see what's key. So what's key is, yeah, the Lovers. What's key is the Lovers. The challenge, the light being shed. Yeah, that could be a challenge when you're trying to hide something. Yeah, light on a manipulation. The challenge is shedding light on his manipulations that he's doing. Potential outcome. We have the male, the man, and his life path, the choices made in life. So manipulations, choices made in life, the key is his past, to things he's done, things he's trying to get away with. Okay, outside influence. This is the cross to bear, the difficulty now. With what they're trying to construct. And underneath of it all, the White House trying to convince the Magatonians. Okay? Trying to convince the Magatonians. But the Magatonians want the release of the Epstein files. Okay? Looking at the health, moving forward, when it comes to this, at the heart of it, it's dark and it needs some light in order to what? Go forward. So this needs to be revealed, and it's painful. We got the clouds, the dark mental state, painful, and unfortunately for him, this is moving forward to the swords coming out, coming down, truth raining down, and it's gonna, it's not good for him. Let's put it that way. But the truth is gonna rain down. He's not gonna get out of it. He's not going to get out of it. He can try to obstruct all he wants. Try to convince MAGA to not reveal this, but it is going to be revealed in some way, shape, or form. The Epstein files are going to come out, and it's going to be the end for his drama. On that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.